This is Low Growl, and I'm back with another set of life-defining games. We got another good set here, and I'm gonna tell y'all why these games defined my life. All right, again, in no particular order. First up, we have Bad Dudes. This game was arcade classic. It was a hit. All the local convenience stores had it. The arcades we would go to had it. And these two young men were charged with rescuing the president. For some reason, the guy at the beginning of the game, he looked like a military elite soldier, but he asked me if I was bad enough to fight the ninjas. It was literally us against a bunch of ninjas to save the president. And this game was, it was cool in arcade. Really, really difficult. You know how they ramp up the difficulty of the games in arcade so they can eat up your quarters, right? Well, the translation onto this game, it was okay. It was the NES, it was 8-bit. So, but we spent a lot of time playing this game because the poverty. You know what I mean? When I refer to the poverty, all that means is we didn't buy games on a regular basis. We either had to trade with somebody or stumble across it somehow. You know what I mean? But we didn't go out and buy brand new games. Yeah, I may not know, but cartridges were very expensive. They were more than $60 back in the day. Just do a little research and you'll see. But these guys, they had their signature phrase at the end of each stage when you beat the boss, and they would yell out, "I'm bad." And on Nintendo, we would laugh so hard because it was so loud. The rest of the game is, it's all the audio was balanced. But when they say I'm bad, this thing, it's like when you get a warning when you're listening to ASMR or something that's going to be loud and it tells you like adjust your volume or something. That's how bad these guys were. Bad Dudes. Data East. They had a few good games, but Bad Dudes, man, fighting these ninjas. And we loved ninjas so much when we were kids. So the boss music was dope. You had all these different varieties. You had the little midget ninja. He had claws like Wolverine. That was the second stage when you were riding on top of the 18-wheeler. On the first stage, you actually fight Carnov. Do y'all know who Carnov is? Look up Carnov. I do have that game actually. But why was he here? He is not a ninja. And he blew fire and he tried to eliminate us. But we beat him up. Then we beat up the Wolverine ninja. Then we went to the sewers and we beat the duplicating ninja. Then we went to the woods and it was a guy in full body armor. And he did flips. He did a literal flip. This is him. This is his legs. He would literally walk up, do like this, like a little flip mid-air, and then just boop, do a drop kick. Standing there, suddenly he's somersaulting in place. Boom, drop kick. Devastating. Beat him up. And I don't remember the other bosses after that. Not gonna lie. But Bad Dudes. Definitely a signature game that defined a time in my life. This next game. Hold up, man. Did I give y'all a good shot of that art? Those some bad dudes. Look at those bad dudes. This game here. This was when the poverty really hit. Skate or Die by Ultra. Skate or Die. What a choice. What a decision you had to make. Either you're going to skate or you are surely going to die. In this game, it has some funny, I'm going to call them deaths, but I guess it was deaths. I don't know how many of y'all played this game. It was super fun. Basically, you had a bunch of different skateboarding events. You had like just a downhill freestyle where you were jumping over little obstacles and things. Dude in like some black glasses, white t-shirt, and some blue jeans. Looked like he should have been on the Lost Boys. Um, then you had the high jump where you were in a half pipe and you were trying to just get big air. Then you had joust. That was my favorite. Is you against another guy in the pool, and y'all are going back and forth with your jousting sticks, and you had to hit the button just the right time to knock the other guy off his skateboard. And the music, it got you amped up. It really was skate or die at that moment. They had another obstacle course. It was these two punk guys. They had mohawks, and they were skating through like this back alley type of area. So it was like trash on the ground, fences and stuff. And the die part was if you went into the fence and didn't get around it fast enough, you would literally hit the fence and your body would crumble apart and your hair was left on the fence. I was like, man, that's crazy. But it was so fun and it was pretty funny. And then at the very end, when you get to the end of the alley, it's a cop car right there. And if you were skilled enough, you jump on top of the cop car, and then the siren go off. It was cool. We could dump hours and hours and hours into this game. It was that fun. But I think this is like one of those sleeper games that a lot of people didn't pick up. But I loved it. Now they did have a Skate or Die 2, but we didn't ever get that. There were some other games like California Games and Super Spike V-Ball and things that kind of had the same vibe as this, and I think they were made by Ultra as well. But Skate or Die. Let me know in the comments if you know anything about this. Man, I'm so tired. But I had to do it. Couldn't let the day pass without making a video. Capcom. Code name Viper. Now, tell me this guy doesn't look like a maniac. He looks crazy, right? That is not what your character looks like at all. Your character is Mr. Smith or Mr. Jones. Y'all ever Rolling Thunder? Any of y'all familiar with the game Rolling Thunder? It's just like Rolling Thunder actually, except I kind of like it better. It's got good music. It doesn't it's hard as crap. I'm not gonna lie to you. Very difficult. You start off with like 3 little orbs of energy. One shot will kill you, similar to real life. But you can eventually, like, you rescue hostages and stuff, start off with a little handgun. You go and rescue these guys by pressing yourself against the wall, and then you literally like turn around and you free a hostage. It can be a man, woman, or a child. If it's a man, he has grenades, because at the end of every stage, you got to use the grenades to blow up the barrier so you can finish the level. If you get the woman, she says, oh, which is Nintendoese for thank you. Then, if you catch the little boy, he also says, oh, and tells you thank you. I think he ups your health, or he gives you more bullets. No, he doesn't give you bullets. Health or a gun. You get a machine gun. Other doors just give you more bullets and stuff like that. But the game had good music, it was so difficult because it had this damage mechanic that made you bounce back so far, like any little thing. Think Castlevania and the Flea Men, like how Simon has that weird whoop, and he just whoop, as soon as he get hit, whoop, and he just pop back, fall off the cliff, fall into the water. Oh my God, it was so frustrating. But I beat this game, and the ending music was so good. Let me step back just a little bit. I'm not trying to make this video last forever. However, each stage, when you finish it, you get a piece of this letter by this POW, the guy that gave you the grenades. He meets you and he gives you a piece of this letter. So at the end of every stage, you're putting together this long message. At the end, you find out that your commander, Mr. Jones, or Commander Jones, or whatever his name was, he was behind all of this South American drug dealing. Then you had to go to his mansion. He had some elite level guys in there that moved super fast and they shot even faster. You make it to the control room that he's been monitoring you from the whole game. Like at the end of each stage, they have a little cut scene where they show a picture of you in action in the field. But anyway, you get to the control room and then you have a literal shootout with this guy. And it is so, well, it's hard, but oh man, there's so many times we made it to the end and he just smoked us. But we did it, and then it had this end theme. It was so good. I might even put it on this video. I know this is like ASMR to be soothing and relaxing, but I like this so much. I might play a little bit of it. All right. I'm going to play a little bit of it right here. All right, y'all can go find that theme wherever you want to. Next game. Castlevania. That's the Dracula I know. And look at Simon Belmont, aka Arnold Schwarzenegger, with the whip. Look at that artwork though, man. I ain't gonna lie, some of these game covers sold the game. I would look at cover art and be like, this game has to be great, because I feel like a hero just looking at this guy. Look at him, facing his destiny. Come on, focus up. He's facing his destiny. Dracula waits and he's like smiling and giggling at him like, you don't know what you're getting into, son. And look at Arnold. He's just like, I'm on my way. I'm gonna put this wooden stake through your soul. But anyway, Castlevania, this game is sentimental to me because this is the first game I actually ever kind of felt scared from the atmosphere, but grossed out from the graphics on a certain stage at the same time. I've seen this happen to one other game had that effect on me. It was called Section Z. The graphics literally just made me want to throw up. The color patterns, I was just like, no, I can't do this. I can't play this long. This looks nasty. And it was a stage on Castlevania. I think it was like level 2 or something. But it was terrible times. But it gave off like a literal creepy vibe. Like, I don't know, you might have a lot of youngins watching, but when it starts off, it has like when you turn the game on, it has that old film type of theme, and press start, and then that theme music kicks in. I'm gonna put it right here. That little theme. You walk up to the front of this castle, and it's just like, oh man, what are we getting into? It was just so creepy. They pulled it off so well. And it's another Castlevania that took that to a whole new level for me. And I'm going to put it in a different video when we go into another era. But Castlevania, Flea Man. That's all I can think of is the daggone Flea Man and that bounce back hit um, response. Simon would fall. I don't know what it is. This dude hit some water and he just vanished. It was instant death. If you hit the water, anything could just launch you. If you, oh my gosh, so many things made me upset about this. And I never beat this game as a kid. I left it alone, but I tackled it again when I was in my early 30s. I said, you know what? It's time to put this thing to bed. So I literally woke up on a Saturday morning and I just got busy. I just started going through it. And I was like, I didn't look up any tips or tricks or anything. I just went through it straight up. I didn't know any other way. Beat the game. And I was so satisfied because I'm like, where was my commitment as a child? I ain't gonna lie. I was a little bit scared of this game. But again, that's why it stands out so much because I was shook and frustrated at the same time and grossed out by the graphics on that one level. I just cannot think of it though. But like if it was level 2 or 3. But the music, of course, we all know Castlevania got some iconic tracks. They all, no matter what new Castlevania game, certain themes are always going to be there. So this game, we all know it's a classic, but that's why it is special to me. And the last game of the evening. Come on. Man, the autofocus on this Lumix camera is like really making me upset. There it is. Contra. The very first Contra. We got Arnold. We got I guess that's the Indian guy from Predator. That's even the outfit from Predator. You know what I mean? But Contra. This game used to belong to Jay Mingy. I told y'all about writing your name on your cartridges. Better safe than sorry. This game, when you got frustrated with all other when you got frustrated with all other games, Contra never let me down. Me and my brothers, we would play this game. This game was so fun. We would play this back to back to back. Like we would beat the game, play through it again, just start from the top, put in that code, the Konami code. This is where it came from. 30 extra lives. You're unstoppable unless you just were terrible and you sucked at games. The game was done. You were going to beat the game. The music, the levels, man. So you know you start off in the jungle and you're running through the jungle. You getting your guns. Then you go into these stages where you're running and it's like a third person view and they're running through the little facility. And then they come out and they fight the boss. And it's this eyeball thing shooting out weird eyeball rays. I don't know what else to call them. And these little winged eagle guys jumping down on you. Just, you know what I mean? It was, then you had the 3D, not 3D, but you had the, it's like a waterfall stage. It was literally called Waterfall. And you jumping up, boulders coming down, soldiers shooting at you, get to the top of the summit. And there's a demon waiting for you. It's like a mechanical demon with these wavy arms. Man, this game had it all. But the most hilarious thing about this game, and one of my most fond memories, was this game almost had us fighting sometimes. I'm going to give you a split second to guess why you think this game would cause fights and arguments. All right, you give up? There's a mechanic in the game. When you run out of lives, you can steal the lives of the other player. And there was so many times where we would, we'd be playing, one person just getting ate up. And it's like, all right, man, I know you about to be on your last life. Don't take my men. Don't steal my men. And they'll die. And then they'll watch you for a little bit. And then next thing you know, boom, this guy comes somersaulting back into the game and he get killed again. And then you down to your last man. And it's like, yo, don't take my man. I'm going to punch you in your face. He takes your man, then you die. And he's playing on your last life. And it's just so infuriating because it's just like, yo, you couldn't make the cut and you stole my extra guys. And now, how dare you survive without me? I'm the reason you're still alive, and you're playing on my last man. And we would literally hit each other and get in arguments and stuff. Sometimes people just cut off the game altogether because you stole my man. But it is hilarious, man. It was so funny. And then the worst thing was when we were like just really, say we were on our third playthrough or something like that, you would have a guy just start dying on purpose, just jumping off the cliff, just eating bullets and everything like that, and then just start taking all of the other person's men just to make them mad. And it was just so funny. It was just, and you couldn't help it. Like, even if you were the one getting your men stolen, it was so funny. You couldn't help but laugh at, like, yo, you so wrong for what you're doing right now. And it was just like some of the best gaming moments ever, just because dudes were just taking your lives blatantly, disrespectfully. But it was all such good fun. Took our minds off of things that were going on in the hood. You know what I'm saying? But we'll stop it right there. I got more games, but I'm gonna leave until next time. I appreciate you watching. Again, if you didn't last time, let me know, what are those life-defining games for you? I really do want to know, because we all came up in different eras. So the games that I feel this way about, I saw in the last video, the comments, they're talking about Bloodborne and more modern games. And I love that, because we all share this common thing, just a love for games. They really do get us through some hard times, and sometimes folks that don't game, they don't understand, but gaming is a blessing. So I salute my gamers, and I encourage you to keep on gaming. Now, not at the expense of handling your responsibilities, but there's a time and a place for it, so enjoy it. This is Low Growl, and I will see you next time. Peace.